Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah! We got it! We got it!
New 52 book.
Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Justice League Rewatch Season 3, Episode 1. I'm Jared. I'm here with Nick from the Phoenix Press, otherwise known as the worst person to pick a ship. What's up, old man?
Meanwhile, the Legion of Doom.
Yes, we're talking about the episode I Am Legion. Which is the introduction of the Legion of Doom.
I'm just going to say this right now. Best seasoner opener ever.
Yeah, I really agree with you on that one. It was awesome. And I like how to start off, I liked how they have, like, Brainiac still in Lex's head. So it's kind of like he has, like, a ghost in his head.
Yeah. They formed the Legion of Doom. And I love how the headquarters is very clearly an homage to that.
Yeah, it's shaped like Darth Vader's head from multiple points. So there you go. You could say the Justice League underestimated their power.
I guess you could say Gorilla God was like, we need a league of our own.
Okay, so this will be Nick's last episode of Justice League Rewatch because he referenced Satan's cut of Justice League.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
You've been waiting to use that against me, haven't you?
For a very long time.
All right, so the episode starts off with Grodd and basically conscripting Lex into the Legion and going, hey, I have this piece of Brainiac. And he's like, and then I love Lex. He's like a drug addict. He's like, I want it, give it to me.
Give it to me.
Do whatever he asks. My entire program resides in even the smallest part of me.
I could reconstitute you, bring you back to life.
Yes, we could be together again.
Yeah, and then Grodd's like, okay, I'll do it if you do this little thing for me.
I'll give it to you, Lex. You can have 5 minutes with the shiny rock if you do your homework.
And then we cut to the Earth-based like embassy of the Justice League called the Metro Tower, and this was set up at the end of the last season when they said, "How about we have like an embassy on Earth to like connect more with the people?"
Mm-hmm. And they did do some exposition on every league member's favorite activity, monitor duty.
And then we also get to meet the hottest Justice League character, Fire.
This girl is on fire.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Hawk Girl is being the real wing girl that she is.
You stole that joke.
Yes, I did. It's my show.
Joke.
I could steal it. It's where like Flash obviously has a crush on Fire, and then Hawk Girl's like, you should go talk to her.
And my favorite moment of like her being the best wing woman is they're in the javelin and she goes, whoop.
Oh! Oops, sorry.
Like,
yeah, and then Fire falls in his lap. I love that.
Also, is it just me, or does Fire kind of look like a certain character from one of our month-based indie creators?
Oh yeah, she does kind of look like Yaira. She's the opposite. When you think about it, she's the opposite of Yaira because Yaira is more winter themed. And by the way, I will be backing that book hopefully when it starts
I hope, if money willing, I will as well. But yeah, her design does look like Yaira a little bit.
It does look a lot like it, except she's more fiery. She has a real fiery personality.
Oh,
Hunts, you could say.
You can obviously tell who's better at the puns here.
It's not Nick. So anyway, they get a distress call, basically an alarm.
The duck, you say?
Yeah, they get a like distress call from Black Hawk Island. Then we get a reference to the episode where they went back in time and fought World War II because one of the Black Hawks show up. And this is one of the things I do like about the show, how they like how they reference really like previous, because the Blackhawk out the World War II episode was like all the way in just Justice League.
Also, it also has one of my favorite moments. Like, this is it's kind of a stupid, like a really overused trope where it's like, don't even try and stop me, wife person. I know you're going to. He's like, no, I'm not going to eject. I know you're going to, like, where it's like, you think the wife's going to eject, but she's supportive. Like, it's so overused, but I love it so much.
Yeah, me too. I love that. Again, this show definitely does a lot of tropes well, except for the whole student falls in love with teacher like trope.
And then like Amazon, and also the worst trope of all, where the Amazon princess falls for the billionaire playboy and not the Superman.
Yes, exactly, because we all know Bruce Timm is very reliable when it comes to characters that work together.
What is this?
Anyway,
I swear, if we ever do get to interview Bruce Timm,
I'm going to ask you about that. I'm going to go, why?
That will be a great interview.
That'll be just my question.
Timm.
I'll just say, why? I get the feeling he'll know the question I'm asking. So
I'm sure it'll be good fun, is what I'm saying.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun, hopefully, because then I can ask him, if you didn't understand Wonder Woman, why didn't you read to understand the character?
I'll ask Bruce Timm. So, Bruce Timm, why is Wonder Bat the greatest ship ever?
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I'll go, why did you make Wonder Woman a simp for Batman? That makes no sense.
Oh, this episode is great. I love it.
Anyway, so they show up, and then I love where like they're being attacked by like those Condor robots, and Fire has to drop Flash, and he goes, "No, go ahead." And then as soon as they fight in the sky, and then Hawker's like, "Where's Flash?" And then Flash is like,
"Check me out! I'm just like a helicopter!"
Also, did you notice there was a brief moment where that robotic hammerhead shark got sucked in? You know what they did?
Sharknado!
Sharknado!
Oh my gosh, I gotta insert a Sharknado clip here. I probably will do that. That'd be great.
So they had Sharknado. They were doing Sharknado before it was cool.
Wait, this is a secret Sharknado time traveling crossover.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. The right of the people to keep and bear Sharknado shall not be infringed.
I want a cannon that just shoots robotic sharks.
You know, I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
And then so they get into Black Hawk Island, and I like how Shayera has to deal with the fact that the villain she's fighting is like a magnetic guy like Magneto, so her mace is being used against her will.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Stop hitting yourself, exactly. And I love how like it's just, so they're fighting, and then you also get the Flash throwing glass at people, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. So the Flash is using deadly force, is what you're telling me. So every character can kill except Batman. Even though Batman totally kills people.
Superman even kills in the show.
Yeah, he does all the time. So, all in all,
Jared.
Yes, exactly.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All in all, this is a pretty solid episode. I loved it. And then I like the way this episode ends because the Legion gets away, and their mission was to get the Spear of Longinus. And for those who don't know, that's the spear that like pierced Christ's side.
Yeah, it's otherwise known as the Spear of Destiny. Shows up in a lot of stuff. If you played Wolfenstein, you're familiar with it.
And the nice part about this episode, the part where I was like, okay, I like this, is when Fire goes, I wonder if Superman will be mad that we let the Legion escape just to save the island. And then you see like Hawkgirl and the Hawkeye paying tribute to like the fallen Hawks, and he goes, no, it was worth it. And I'm like, I like that. That's very good.
Yeah, this episode, I like. This is JLU firing at all cylinders. I got to be honest with you. Also, Shayera, I really liked her characterization this episode. Also, they gave her like the Bruce Lee kind of tracksuit outfit. I do appreciate that.
I definitely liked how this episode is kind of a tribute to WW2 vets, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, in terms of trivia, when Luthor is running away from the police and is backed into a dead end before being saved by the key, his theme music from Superman the Animated Series plays.
Cool.
And then the title refers to a demon-possessed man described in the Bible. He was inhabited by a multitude of demons and proved so strong that he could not be restrained. He called himself Legion, for we are many. Okay, I now I got that reference. That's a good one. Several visual references are made to the Savage Time, the World War II episode, with the like war wheel tanks. There you go. Inside the Black Hawk Museum, you can see one of Vandal Savage's posters. And then the costumes on display are references to Black Hawk lore. The display on the left features the villains King Shark, Queen Killer Shark, King Condor, and the Hoopster.
There it is.
Yeah. Or you could also say he was really good at basketball. The display on the right, of the screen, displays some of the Black Hawk costumes, which the old blue worn on their debut in the Savage Time, Chop's coolie uniform. I don't know what that is. The red and green uniforms. It's basically all of the uniforms for the Black Hawks.
You know what this episode should be titled?
What?
Black Hawk Down.
That's a good one. I like that one. The self-destruct sequence is aborted with even seconds to spare. This is an homage to the James Bond film Goldfinger, in which a technician helps Bond disable a cobalt bomb with 7 seconds left.
I guess at the end he should have said, "I am invincible."
Yeah. Part of her teasing of Flash's crush on Fire was Hawkgirl calling the woman Brazilian. This could be a double entente. While Fire is indeed Brazilian descent, the nickname could be a play on words on lesbian and bisexual, hinting at Fire's close, almost romantic relationship with Ice in the comics. It depends on who's writing it, because it depends on how you like hint at that. But Flash's worried look at Shayera's initial comments before she initiates it would simply imply this further. But
I mean, to be fair, it's pretty clear that Fire has a bit of a crush on Flash too. So
yeah. Plus, here's
that's
the thing.
That's what makes like this whole like the whole plot line a lot more palatable, because it's very clear Fire likes him too.
Yeah.
So it's not as creepy because he likes him too. So it's more just they're both shy and awkward. It makes it more adorable.
Yeah, I like that. Plus, here's the thing: in terms of like them like using the word Brazilian to like say bye without saying it, is kind of tracks for the series, because remember they did kind of hint at Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, but they couldn't like go full on with it because of the censors.
It's kind of like that classic crap getting under the radar kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's not like it comes out of nowhere in this series, in this universe. They've done it before.
Nowadays, if they were doing the episode, they just have Fire and Ice making out.
Yeah, they probably would. The robot that, I mean, here's the thing. Fire and Ice have their own comic, and as far as I know, I could be wrong on this. I only read the first issue because it was one of the worst comics DC has ever produced. But they didn't really hint at them having a romantic attraction to each other, so I don't know. We'll see. The robot that initially attacks Luthor, Polaris, and Key is virtually identical in silhouette to the titular character of the Iron Giant.
I was getting those vibes, like honestly, like I was getting like Iron Giant vibes. I just didn't want to say it.
Superman,
voiced by Vin Diesel.
Yeah, there you go. So you could say it's all about family, but
I guess you could say the Iron Giant lives his life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah, so there are like a lot of characters that make an appearance in this, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will say Aztec, Grant Morrison introduction in Justice League, Ice, obviously, Atomic Skull, Bizarro, basically all the villains.
Yeah.
KG
this was
Beast,
a really good start.
KG Beast, who would be responsible for creating Rick Grayson.
And got a very good translation for the movies, if I must say so myself.
Yes, he did.
I'll find her. I tell you, I'll do it.
I believe you. I love that. That is such a good thing.
Okay. This is a tangent, but like one of my favorite lines from BVS is like, "Hi, I'm a friend of your nephew's." I know. I recognize the cape.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way,
I just love how she says that because she's like so exasperated. It's like she's so happy to be rescued. Like
and
Diane,
she's so
Diane
calm.
Lane.
It's okay. I'm a friend of your son's.
I figured. The cape?
But the way she says it, like
Yeah.
Diane Lane's acting in that scene is so great.
Also, that's how I know Zach is clearly a more fan of comics than people give him credit for, because the very fact that you use KG Beast, if you had used Bane or like an allusion to Bane or like some very obvious Batman villain,
Or like Deathstroke.
yeah, if you had you, well, my point is like KG Beast is not a villain that like someone that's tangentially connected to the comics like uses.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so all in all, pretty dope episode.
Metallo
So
showed up.
yeah, exactly. So Nick, how would you rate this episode out of 10?
9.5, kind of somewhere flirting between there.
Yeah, me too, because it's awesome.
Very strong.
Very strong first. Yeah, this is the best season opener of all 3 seasons of Justice League.
Yeah, I'm really excited for how this thing goes forward.
It's going to be fun. So season 3 is again a little bit closer to the running narrative one, in that the Legion of Doom is the main bad guy from the shadows throughout.
And they've started it really well.
Yeah. So in other words, it looks like each subsequent season they kind of address your criticisms. Like season 2 is like less of the original 7 members, and season 3 is like more of the running narrative.
To be fair, none of these seasons have been bad.
No.
If I were to say the weakest one, it would probably be season 1 of Unlimited, because it had suffered from a very bad problem of not knowing what to do with what it had.
Yeah, exactly. And like this way, it's no Avatar.
And even
season
then,
3.
that season is still good.
This season is still good, 100%. It's no Avatar season 3 though. I have to bring that up. I have to bring that up. So yeah, all in all, pretty great episode. Stay hot, everyone, and stay heroic.
Stay
and
icy, everybody.
Yeah, stay icy. Remember, everyone, stay heroic, and remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. We'll see you later.